And here we go with heat number 2. And again, this features Addison Dorenkamp, the all-everything runner from West Des Moines. Number 3rd in the U.S. at 3,000, number 9 at 1,500, 8-time Iowa State champion.
Pretty much undefeated this year, Bob, in 1,500 and 1,600 and 3,000 competition at the high school and local club level.
And we saw her at Drake this year in poor weather conditions. She just goes out and attacks. And the other one to watch is the Oregon kid, Emily Wisniewski. You just again finished her junior year at Crescent Valley in Corvallis. She's the one who'll be hanging around with the leaders and then just blaze through the finish. 3,000 has been her best event. She looks like she could be pretty good at 5,000. She's got a 16:10. There she is, about 4th from the right. And she's going to come up front along with Riley Blade, and that's our other contender who's on the rail right now. Junior from Santiago and Corona, California. So those two are top 20 U.S. at 3,200. Blade's a 2-time California state champ. Wisniewski, a 6-time Oregon champ, 15-3. But Wisniewski last year set the U.S. sophomore record at 5,000. So again, this feels like an event of hers.
Well, as we've been
So
talking
we have got
about,
3 warriors who are going to get low in the 16s.
yeah, it could be well under 17. And this is the thing with busy high school schedules that they run, Bob, there's not really a lot of opportunities to run 5,000s. They might run, 1, maybe 2 a year in the summer club season, if that. Still Blade on the front, as you had mentioned, Bob. She's had a super strong season at 3,200 meters. Only 2 losses all season.
So Blade, Wisniewski, Logan Hofstein, another Washington kid in this. Natalie Duggan. Dorenkamp in the top 10 right now.
But sitting well off the pace Dorenkamp is at this stage. They're just coming up to the 3K or the 1K mark here at the start-finish line, so we'll get a sense of pace when they come through here.
Well, and Dorenkamp, a good example. She doesn't have an outdoor 5,000 mark. She's run indoors. This is kind of a new experience. She's moved up to 5th now, wearing hip 4.
So 3:17, they're on about 16:20 high pace right now if they're able to sustain this all the way through. Bit of a split forming as they go down the back straightaway. Shadows starting to stretch out on the track here at Hayward Field.
By the way, this may be Riley Blade's first 5,000. She has no mark. She was third in California at 3,200. I mean, you want to talk about crowded fields, you get down to the championship in Clovis. There's a lot of really good athletes that just get through the sectionals or can't get through the sectionals. And here's Wisniewski now going to the lead.
Well, the big finals in state finals in the U.S., I would think California, Texas, New York State.
Yeah, remember New York split up with public and
yeah, that's right.
Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania's big, although Pennsylvania has a big private school meet as well. Florida, Georgia. Big. Yeah.
The one you're forgetting, it's not in the country, is Ontario, OFSA.
I've been there. Remember, we both
done
that meet.
I know.
It's a gigantic
meet. It's a gigantic meet, but the depth of competition it's up there with some of the big ones, the states we've been talking about.
I know.
In the U.S. Now a bit of separation forming here. No one really wants to take fully control of this. Blade wants to run down on the lane, and Wisniewski happy to run out on the shoulder. Maybe some hesitancy on Wisniewski's part, as you had mentioned, Bob. A bit of inexperience at running at this distance, but she's bold enough to just get up the front and press the pace.
1,800 and 5:58, 82nd laps. Wisniewski, Blade, Dorenkamp now is right up there. Natalie Dugan from Edmond, Oklahoma. Logan Hofste. There's your top five.
They've slowed a little bit. They've slipped back to about 16:30, 35 pace. That's what 80s would yield you for the full way through to the finish.
Logan Hofste, East Valley High School in Spokane. Second in the state, 800, 1,600 champion. 3,200 champion. Oh, this is like Wisniewski. I run all the races. And there's Dorenkamp pushing to the lead.
Well, she lurked back mid-pack when we were earlier on in the race, and now she's come out to play. Now, a runner from Des Moines. A dominant force in Iowa, of course.
And we're going to come to the halfway point of this race. Dorenkamp in the lead, Blade in second, Wisniewski third, Hofste fourth. And here we go, 2,500 about now, 8:16. 16:30-ish is our pace.
Dorenkamp has that high hand and elbow carriage reminiscent of the great Paula Radcliffe. Runs.
Oh, there you go.
How's that comparison, Bob?
I like that.
Blade tagging along here for the ride, and that's not a bad thing to do. If you're inexperienced at this particular distance and not knowing what to do, you could do worse than trying to tag along with Addison Dornkamp.
Well, if she takes this and puts up a good mark, that's just going to be spectacular. And again, event she has not really participated in, nor has Blade. I'm still watching Wisniewski. She's dropped back to 4th right now, but she's done this in races. She's won a lot of 3000s that she hasn't led. Oh, now we get a little separation with these two.
Well, this will be a great crowning achievement to a sensational season that Dornkamp has had. As I mentioned earlier, pretty much undefeated in high school and local competition in Iowa. State champion in the 1500 and the 3000. That's what they run there, not the 1600, 3200. Boys
So
high school
Dornkamp and Blade.
coming up next. There we go.
Yeah, we'll have 3 heats of the boys in 5,000.
Blade's in this, Bob. She's not giving up.
Well, we've seen a lot of speed from her before, so if she's in any position to compete, if she's got anything left, she should be able to run pretty strong kick. Four to go. 11:09 at the line of a laps. Now we're going 78, so our last 3 laps are 76, 76, 78.
They picked it up. Blade's gone 220 for 800 this year. So despite focusing more on the longer racing, she can turn it over if need be. And back into the lead she goes.
Yeah, and now there's going to be a little lap traffic to work your way around.
Yeah, the traffic will be a bit of a distraction as they come up to 3 to go, I believe.
Correct. Boy, Blade's pace looks really good.
Yeah, the turnover is picked up. I can tell that. They are moving a little bit faster.
Yeah, pace is slowed, so that's a 79 and an 80 for those two. So we're just slightly, it feels like it's faster, but clock don't lie. 12:29 for 3,800. And then Wisniewski and Hofstee together, but they're 8 seconds off. So if one of them is going to make a finish, they need to start creeping up.
$4K split coming up right here. I'll check it. It's 13:10. So they're on 16:27 pace, Bob, with 2.5 laps to go.
So it's a little faster at the halfway point.
It's a confident run from Riley Blade. Maybe her first 5,000.
Again, we get under 1630. I mean, that's top 4 U.S. this year.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 2 to go, 13:47.88. And now we did pick it up a little to a 78. Dornkamp a 79. Wisniewski, Hofste, they're still turning 82s. So they are not catching up, and I want to say they're both out of contention for number one. So Blade, is she putting the 800 speed to work now? Putting pressure on Dornkamp.
Well, Dornkamp looks to be out of it. She's the runner in red, just coming up to the 200 meter to go mark right there. 600 to go for her, 200 to go on the lap. Blade looking really good on now a solo rampage off of the front of this race, Bob, into the home straightaway for the penultimate time. A very clipped running style, but it's working. It's very efficient. It's highly efficient for her. The bell sounds. 1 lap to go.
15:04 at the line. Oh, and she did. That's where she separated. She just ran 76 to Dornkamp's 81. So Riley Blade adding a new event to her portfolio, and she's pretty good at it.
Blade has really opened up a big gap on Dornkamp. Dornkamp is struggling now. Maybe about 30, 40 meters back, and I think we're gonna have a bit of a battle for the final spot on the podium.
Well, Wisniewski separating now. She's got third. She is separated quite a bit from Hofste. And look at this. I think Riley Blade has found an event. And she's just getting ready for her senior year. That's Santiago. 16, 18, 17. And that is the third fastest high school 5,000 of the country this year. Behind Elizabeth Leachman, who we talked about at Texas, and then Zario Machia, who did 16:13 this morning in the U20 race.
And Dornkamp, not too
Wisniewski
shabby.
third. No, 16:31.97. That's U.S. number 5. That's a PR for Dornkamp. And Wisniewski, U.S. number 6, 16:44.89. Hofste, 16:46.64. That's U.S. number 7. And Liv Phillips from Naperville Central in Illinois, 5th, 17:01.55. That's U.S. number 10.
So a complete rewriting of the leaderboard, and the U.S. at 5,000 meters for the girls in this age class. Quality running, 16:18. Wow, Riley Blade. I agree, Bob. She's found a niche. And the unfortunate thing is she probably won't run another 5,000 until next year at this time, or maybe not.
Well, we'll see if we see her at JO's.
Is their top 9. Blade, Dornkamp, Wisniewski, Hofste, Phillips, all top 10 performances on the year.
Show you all the finishers and all the times. And we'll get ready for the boys. Again, 3 heats for the boys, 5,000.